Well, this week, Idaho State Police are taking part in National Forensic Science Week. It's an opportunity for Idahoans to learn about how the ISP crime labs use techniques to solve cases. And here to talk with us about some of those techniques and why this is an important part of ISP is Laboratory System Director Matthew Gamette. Matthew, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for allowing us to be here.
Yeah, so first of all, I guess why is it important to teach folks about what you do?
I think it's really important that Idahoans understand that they have one of the best forensic science labs in the entire world right here in Idaho. And I think it's also important for them to understand that whether they're serving as a juror on an important case or whether it's a relative that has been accused of a crime or someone that they know, that the evidence that is presented in court is solid, that it's reliable and robust.
Yeah, we hear about, crime labs all the time, maybe in movies and news reports as well. But I guess what are some of those examples that you use a crime lab to solve a case?
We work on all kinds of cases every day. So 90% of our work comes in from local police departments and from county law enforcement agencies. Those cases could be anything from a DNA case on a homicide or a sexual assault, or it could be something as simple as a question document to determine if it's accurate or if it's been forged.
And you were talking about the cold case teams with me kind of off camera earlier and saying that there's a lot of upgrades or new opportunities under that umbrella right now.
Right now we have a cold case initiative where we are sending investigators from our team out to work with local agencies to identify any cold cases that they have, cases that have not been solved. And that could mean cases from last week or from 30 years ago. They're trying to identify those cases so that we can employ new forensic techniques to those cases to try and bring closure to families and sometimes survivors of those crimes.
On average, I guess, how many cases are you guys working? Because you just mentioned that's a vast range of cases.
Most of our cases that come in are for chemistry or for DUI type analysis, and those cases come in quite frequently, and so we work tens of thousands of cases every year in our laboratories. We have 3 laboratories in our state, Coeur d'Alene, here in Meridian, and also in Pocatello.
Very busy. And I understand you won an award recently. Talk about that.
We did. We won the Foresight Maximus Award, which is an award that we partner with a university, West Virginia University, and they have evaluated us, looked at all of our business metrics, and they have named us one of the most efficient laboratory systems in the world, operating within 90% of peak efficiency. So we're very pleased with that, and Idahoans can be very pleased knowing that their crime lab is making the most efficient use of their tax dollars.
Wow, very impressive. And if folks are watching right now and they want to learn more, how can they do that?
Our website has a vast amount of information. We try and put everything that we can on our website, everything from a laboratory tour to information about our methods and practices that we employ in the laboratory. So we would encourage you to engage with us on our website and learn more about the Forensic Science Week.
Very, very cool, very fascinating. All right, Matthew, thank you so much for joining us here on the News at 4, and we'll be right back.